hungry? Because if so, you're in the right place. Today, we're making kind of Korean-Italian fusion. We're making tteokbokki, or Korean rice cakes, with a Dashi Beurre Blanc and some grated Bottarga on it. And in the Dashi Beurre Blanc and the rice cakes, we're going to mix in some Nduja, topping it all with some Pecorino, and I already said the Bottarga. But before we ever look at the board, if you're not a subscriber to the channel yet, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. And check the bell icon so you get a notification every Tuesday when a new episode comes out. Now, let's have a look at the ingredients. So we have our Korean rice cakes, tteokbokki. We have a bit of homemade dashi. It's 300 grams. We have some rice vinegar. We're going to use that for the Dashi Beurre Blanc. We have Pecorino, and we have some Nduja. I just have to tell my dog to get down. She's a puppy and have to learn the rules. Where were we? Pecorino, Nduja, the spring onions. We have some butter, some salt, and that's basically it. The first thing we'll do is we'll make the dashi. I know in the last episode you saw this nice new plate I have for here. Unfortunately, I don't have a small pot that works with it. So we're going to warm up the dashi stock and the vinegar over there, and then we'll mix the dashi here. So let's get that going. So we have our pot. We're going to need a mixer later. We'll actually start with about a good tablespoon of vinegar. There we go. And we'll put that on first. And once that's really boiling, we'll put in the dashi. We'll reduce that a bit, and then we'll move it over here, and we're going to mix in the butter. So this is boiling. We'll put in the dashi, and then we'll reduce that. I would say try to reduce it by 1/3 to half. So we reduced it the way we want it. And now it's important to not make it too hot again, because then it will separate. This is going to be loud, so I'll cut until we're done. But work all of your butter in. I had, for the 300 grams, I have 125 grams of butter. So we worked in all our butter. Need to give it a taste to see where we are with the salt. Well, it needs quite a bit of salt. 2 good pinches. 3. Because the dashi didn't have any salt in it, and the butter wasn't salty. Give it another try. That's good. Perfect. So that's our Dashi Beurre Blanc. And now we're going to put it at 50 degrees in the oven just to keep it warm while we make the tteokbokki. I'll see in a bit once we changed around here. Put a little bit of neutral oil in here. As you can see, we're using quite low heat. This is enough for one portion. It's 200 grams of tteokbokki. And add a little bit of salt to these, because they obviously don't have any taste. Turn it down a little bit. Now you just let them cook slowly. You can also boil them, but I think this is easy because we're making everything in the pan. And you can tell when they're done by touching them, when they kind of become soft, because there's, I wouldn't say they're rock hard, but they're very solid when they're cold, when uncooked. You can tell that they're getting a bit more soft. Now it's also time to put in our Nduja. As you can see, I've tried to split them into smaller pieces. It's basically only fat, so they're kind of going to disintegrate in the heat of the pan. Fat and a lot of flavor. You can see it's all melting away. Turn up to 5, 4. Yeah, I'm still new to it. I used it for the first time in the last episode. I have to remember that every time I lift it, it pauses by itself, so I have to start it again. So they're almost done. Turn it down a bit now. 3. Give them a bit of a random check. They're all done, so we're turning this off. Because remember I said Beurre Blanc does not do well with heat, and that obviously goes with this as well. So if you put the Beurre Blanc in here, and you still keep cooking it away at like high heat, it will split, and it will just have an oily, kind of buttery sauce. It doesn't taste bad, but it's not the nice thing that you want. So I'll get the Beurre Blanc and then we'll add it. So. I'll take this off the heat even. And this is what you end up with. So I'll prepare the plate and everything, and then we can serve this up. Now this obviously is way too much sauce. But rather too much than too little. Let's get all our tteokbokki. I'll clean up our plate a little bit. And now come the final touches. But before we do the final touches, if you stuck me with this far, there must have been something you enjoyed about this episode. So do me the huge favor and hit that thumbs up button. It's just down there. Excuse me, bit of chili. It's just down there. Takes you a second, but it's so valuable to me. So please do me that favor. Now, Pecorino. And don't be shy with the Pecorino. Bottarga. And last but not least, our spring onions. Now, let's dig in. This is going to be good. A proper flavor explosion. You have the kind of slight umami from the Dashi Beurre Blanc. You have a bit of the sourness both from the Nduja and from the Beurre Blanc. You have a nice salty ocean from the Bottarga. Obviously the Pecorino also adds saltiness. This is so good. Has a little bit of heat to it, but still very mild. And the spring onions on top just add a bit of crunch, a bit of freshness. This really is comfort food. As you can see, it also goes quite quickly if you have dashi at home. And if you don't, you can always use the bought dashi. Not as good as the homemade, but very good. That sauce. It's nicely perverse. The French invented something nice when they invented the Beurre Blanc. But I'll finish this myself now, I won't bore you with it. I hope you enjoyed the dish. If you have any questions about this recipe, please do leave them in the comments below. I always answer them relatively quickly. And as I said at the beginning, if you're not a subscriber yet, do me the favor, hit the subscribe button and check the bell icon so you get a notification. But that's it for now. Take care. Bye-bye.